How is vibe coding different from, let's say, traditional coding or regular coding?
Well, it comes down to like you have you heard of this? I think it was, I don't know kab ka tha ye, but that was Nvidia ka CEO, Jensen Huang. He said something on stage, something like in the future is where people will code, but not the traditional way. But they will basically, the coding will become instructing an AI, and the AI will write code for you. So people will
Yeah,
be able to
Jensen
get,
Huang
and that
said
is the
that.
future we are headed towards, and it's like headed. It is already here.
Right.
It's already here, and I think that when you say coding, no,
Yeah.
I think that coding is like one of the areas, at least the tedious bits. Those are the areas which I think would have been automated the first, just because coding is logical, and computers are very good with logic.
Yeah, but then uh, I, how do you differentiate between, let's say, the process for traditional coding
Mhm.
versus coding with Vive? Not coding with Vive,
Vibe
coding with
coding.
AI. Sorry.
Yeah. So I would, and again, me being like a person who develops software, I think I can make a distinction between where vibe coding works and where it doesn't work. For example, I would love to vibe code certain particular portions of Airworld, but I just cannot do it. Like I can vibe code particular sections, like small individual sections, but the all through the vast majority of the program, I
Right.
cannot do it, just because it is so unique or so different
So you are
that it
also
doesn't
saying,
exist.
so you are saying there are certain limitations with Vive coding right now that exist. There are certain
Yeah,
flaws, right? And
and
what are those flaws?
it is flaws with the AI itself. Like I'll go into like more technical bits, but
Yeah.
the flaws in the AI itself, which I've been saying for a lot of the times, is that the AI sort of gives you the mean of a bell curve. So if you tell it something, then it expects the most obvious answer to be the right answer. That is how it works. So if you tell it to code a particular thing,
Yeah.
you have to describe every single details about that particular project, and the more unique it is, the more details you have to provide. And you get to a point where you have to give it so many details, then you just put your hands down and be like, "Isko main khud hi code kyun nahi kar leta?" On a small scale, it is
No,
quite
coming back to the
affordable.
coding wala thing, like Vive coding.
Yeah.
With Vive coders, let's say at scale, right? It's a team of not even, let's say, 100 people, let's say just 20 people.
Yeah.
Right? 20. चलो डेव टीम तो अलग, पूरा कंपनी साइज बोलो 20, लाइक डेव टीम में 5-6 लोग हैं.
हाँ, we'll
ठीक
go.
है. Question is like, if they're Vive coding even smaller parts of their app,
Yeah.
right, and something breaks, will anybody know how to fix it because they have not coded it themselves, right?
I mean, if you're a developer and you are doing vibe coding, then I think you should be able to. It's not that difficult. Like so,
Oh.
I'll tell you the.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'll tell you the steps here, right? So again, this is the part where I said, AI will not, like you take it from our previous podcast, or maybe you can recode it from here. That AI is not here to replace you; it is more here to empower you. And it depends on how you look at it. Like if you want to be on the other side who doesn't use AI and are not being empowered by it, then you are likely to be replaced. That is where the replacement actually comes in. If you're a person who is taking in all this new stuff, being the first one, working on the frontiers of what is new, and you're continuously adapting and changing how you're learning, and like basically skill set jota, you're morphing your skill set
Right,
to match
skill
with the AI,
stacking.
then you are being empowered. Right, that is where the differentiation comes in, empowering and
Right.
replacing.